Hello, family. Years ago, my mother asked me, why do y'all do that to yourself? Why do you do that? And she was referring to me showing her a video where I was doing something called a deadlift. I was deadlifting 495 pounds. Now, here's the fact. I'd never lifted that amount of weight before in my life. The heaviest weight that I'd ever lifted was 425 pounds, and that was like 12 to 15 years prior to that feat. And that was done based on a bet, a gym bet. With several personal trainers, I was one of them, and the owner of that facility made a bet. And I said, listen, no, he's walking around feeling all cocky and everything. I said, listen, put 495 pounds on the bar and I'll lift it with no warm-up. Now, that was God talking. That wasn't, those words came out of my mouth, that was God talking. I never lifted that much weight before in my life, so where that came from, that was God. God prophetically put that out there to shut all the naysayers up. Now understand, I had never lifted that much weight up before in my life. The heaviest was 425, 12 years prior. I had never ever attempted a deadlift after that. But here I am in the gym, sitting on the bench, and I'm saying, put 495 pounds on the bar and I'll pick it up with no warm-up. That was God. Let me tell you why. Now that I said it, and I'm thinking about the words that came out of my mouth, now I got to do it. And now the other trainers are walking around saying, ooh, 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 right? They're hyping everything up. So now I got to pick this weight up. So as I'm walking, they put 495 pounds in the bar. And as I'm walking over towards the bar, I'm speaking to myself. I work out all the time. My body's strong. My legs are strong. My arms are strong. You know, I work out every single day. Amping myself up. So when I get to the bar, I grab the bar, I breathe, and then I go to lift the bar up. Only the left side of the weights came off the floor, about maybe 1 inch. But that excited me because I said, wait a minute. I budged it. I got it. It wasn't as heavy as I thought it would be. So then, because my grip at that time wasn't strong enough, I got some wraps. And I wrapped my wrist up, wrapped my hands up around this bar. I said, this bar is going with me right now today. I'm going to pick this thing up. I didn't say that out loud, but I was saying internally to myself. Right? Everybody's back there watching. All the personal trainers, the owners in the background. One of them pulls out their cell phone and starts videotaping. Right? So I'm amping myself up. I'm feeling motivated now. I feel good. So I start my breathing. Right? And then next thing you know, I squatted down and picked this weight up off the floor with a powerful roar like a lion. Set the whole gym off in blaze. Everybody's like, whoa, yeah, whoa, right? The whole gym went buck wild. And I'm walking around pumped up. Yeah, I got that 495. I'm feeling good, man. Now, what I should have done at that very moment, I should have told them, hey, now put 500 pounds on the bar. Because at that point, the way I was feeling, I would have gotten it. But what happened was, my mind started catching up to what I just did, and my mind said, oh, you know what, it's a wrap, brother. That's it. We done maxed out on this, right? So my muscles wasn't ready for it. But the fact that I lifted up that weight gave me a huge confidence boost. And my mother asked me, why do y'all do that to yourself? We do it because we challenge ourselves. We want to see how far we can go, how far we can push it, what our capabilities are, what we're able to do with our bodies to max it out to the most. And see, many people don't never accomplish that. They don't push themselves. They don't stress themselves. They want to do very, very little, not too much. They want an easy, comfortable life. So they live life in a mediocre state, and many times less than mediocre. And they struggle. They're on the struggle. They struggle every single day. They struggle in their fitness, struggle in their health, struggle in their finances, struggle in their relationships, because they're not willing to push themselves as far as they can go and challenge themselves and see how great or what great things they can do. And that's why I do this to myself. 56 plus years young, and I'm still challenging myself to be the best, to do all that I can do, to do everything that God allowed this body and me to do in this body to do, to accomplish, and to show other people that your age, that thing you call age, is really just a number. Have you challenged yourself? Have you really challenged yourself? Many people, they say, well, I challenge myself when they go to the gym and lift that weight. And when it starts to burn, they put it down. And that's all they want to do. They want to feel that fire. But let me tell you this. The greatest relationships are forged by fire. You got to push through that fire. You got to be willing to go through those flames to come out on the other side as a brand new creation. A brand new creature. Someone who knows what's possible. Someone who's been there. So your testimony can be a story, an encouraging testimony for somebody else. But you never get there, never get that way playing small. Just doing barely enough to pass. Barely enough to get by. Living a comfortable life but still complaining about certain things in your life at the same time because you haven't optimized your abilities. Family, it's time to get up off your sit down. Put some action behind your words. Put some action behind those dreams you have. And participate in your own survival and start winning.